Hey guys, Bert Ferguson, Realtor here, coming to you guys with another quick video. And today I'm getting ready to go to a settlement, and I was going over what's called a closing disclosure form with one of my clients. And they asked me a question that, of course, I know the answer to, but a lot of people don't know the answer to, and that is, what is a real estate transfer tax or stamps? A lot of people, when they're calculating all of their closing costs, their mortgage origination fees, real estate commission fees, all of that prorated taxes, all that stuff, one of the biggest fees, at least here in Delaware, is the state transfer tax. So in this video, I'm going to go over what is the real estate transfer tax and some interesting information about it. So make sure, if you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe to the video. If you're watching this on X or Facebook or YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or LinkedIn, make sure you share it, because a lot of people don't know this information, but today I will teach you. All right, let's get into it. So when you purchase a property, there's something called a transfer tax that is attached to that property, okay? So the transfer taxes are going to be assessed by the state, and they are usually a percentage of the home's value. Now, a lot of people want to know, what does that go to? That goes to the state. It is a state fee that is assessed at settlement, and it is usually paid by the buyer and the seller together. Now, it depends on which state you're in, how much that's going to be. But being that I'm here in Delaware, it's very interesting that we actually have one of the highest transfer tax rates in the country. But it is offset by some of our low cost of living and low real estate taxes. So it doesn't paint the full picture, but real estate transfer taxes are assessed at closing by the attorney's office here in Delaware. If you're in a state that closes at a title office, you may have those assessed at the title office. But here in Delaware, we're an attorney state. So an attorney is going to assess those fees for you. So 4%, and it's usually split between buyer and seller, 2% and 2%. Now, there are some situations where you can have that fee covered by the seller, depending on the situation. If you want to have that seller cover that full fee and credit you a portion of your 2%, you may do a couple things. You may increase the sales price of the home so the seller still nets the same amount, or maybe you give a larger deposit, so you let the seller know you are going to close and you have more money in escrow, making the process seem a little more tight. You may even propose a closing date that is sooner, right, than someone else who can close, in exchange for some help to go towards your closing costs. Now, there are a lot of states that have lower transfer taxes, right? But they may have higher cost of living. So, when you're looking at what the real estate transfer tax is for the transaction or for the state that you're in, it may not tell the full picture if you just look at that. You have to look at some other factors. Think about the real estate transfer tax. You want to think about it as a title change fee paid to the government when the deed is transferred from the seller to the buyer. The biggest thing is, if you're buying or selling, you need to factor that number in for sure. When I'm sitting down with a buyer and they want to know, Bert, what am I responsible for paying for at closing? Or even a seller, Bert, what am I responsible for getting paid at settlement? How much am I going to take home? A seller wants to know, how much am I taking home? And a buyer wants to know, how much am I paying at settlement? So this transfer tax number is something that's very, very important, and you just don't want to miss you don't want to miss that information. So if you are planning to move, especially here in Delaware, make sure you take into account that we do currently have a 4% transfer tax. And a lot of us realtors would like to see that transfer tax get reduced so that it doesn't put so much of a burden on brand new buyers, and it doesn't put so much of a burden on some of the sellers who are trying to make real estate transactions here in the state. So that is a short video on transfer tax and how much it is here in Delaware, who pays it, and where it goes to. All right. If you guys have any more questions on this, I may do a longer video, but since I'm getting ready to head into a closing with a client, I wanted to just kind of speak on that. Okay. So that's all for now, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.